Maybe it's because the company they keep can feel like the pre-Trump party where Haley and Ron DeSantis first appeared. The most memorable feature of Haley's otherwise forgettable rally wasn't what she said, but the nature of her audience and how she explained why Trump is poised to win overwhelmingly Iowa on Monday but will face the same general election challenges in 2024 that he faced 2020. At the Suburban Mall Tavern, I had trouble finding a single attendee who wasn't a college graduate. Similarly, I couldn't find a Haley fan who came to see her in Sioux City the other day and wasn't also a college graduate. She's a sensible person, Waukee resident Jim Maine said of Haley. I was initially favoring DeSantis, but he hasn't made the connection yet. Maine had no use for Trump, calling the former president a rejected middle school boyfriend who makes up names for people. Maine, who is retired, was an accountant for an insurance company. In his own words from Dallas County, "It's pretty standard around here now. None of his neighbors who voted for Trump the last few times will vote for him again." If all of this sounds like the right end to the Pauline Kaelism stalemate, I don't know anyone in our homeowners association who voted for Trump. That's the defining story of today's Republican Party. The GOP's traditional, professional class base is eager to break with someone they find disgraceful and appalling. But the party's beating heart is now Trump-loving working-class voters. The old Republican establishment conservative structure, specifically structure under which DeSantis operated he ran to the right, is as relevant to Trump-era Blackberry, the most significant fault line this race, and in GOP politics general, is based on class. This is how Democratic primaries have been held for the last 40 years. And rightly so. The candidate who can emerge as a beer circuit hopeful almost always emerges as a candidate, while the wine circuit hopeful is limited to pinot-sipping regions. Haley and DeSantis are largely vying for the votes of Iowa's top voters. DeSantis was in Waukee last week, while Trump is on track to advance with overwhelming support from blue-collar Iowans. Of course, this is a sensitive issue anywhere, but it's even more so when it comes to voters who pride themselves on being nice Iowa. At Haley's event in Waukee, a couple was happy to discuss their support for her but asked that I not use their names because of what they had to say about the former president. "All our friends who voted for Trump moved on to other candidates," said the husband, a retired banker from nearby Polk County, the state's largest jurisdiction. "But they're all Polk County people. You go to rural Iowa and start talking to them." His voice trailed off as he spoke in disbelief about how Trump's felony count had strengthened his support with such voters. In separate polls conducted last month by the Des Moines Register and Fox Business, Trump